In the corridors of justice, the High Court has dismissed a petition by victims of the 1998 U.S. Embassy bombing in Nairobi, seeking compensation from government, or rather from the government of Kenya, for lacking merit. The 201 petitioners were seeking 5 million shillings each for survivors and 10 million shillings for each family of the deceased, as Letuaa Debra reports.
For over 2 decades, survivors and bereaved families of the August 7, 1998 bomb blast in Nairobi have been seeking justice. In April 2021, 201 victims filed a petition seeking monetary compensation. But on Wednesday, January 28, 2026, Justice Lawrence Mugambi ruled that the petition lacked merit.
The evidence relied upon by the petitioners as proof of the fact turns out to be hearsay statements in reports and publications. The sources of facts that made the authors come to the conclusions contained in the reports cannot be verified, as not even the authors of those reports swore affidavits to authenticate the reports and publications relied upon by the petitioners. On a balance of probabilities, I would not regard this as credible evidence to be used as a basis of finding liability.
The petitioners, through their lawyer, had argued that the government had prior knowledge of the terror attack and failed in its constitutional duty to protect citizens. In his verdict, Justice Mugambi said there was no evidence of negligence on the part of the Kenyan government and noted that the perpetrators had already been tried and convicted in the United States. Respondents represented by the Government Council argued that the Kenyan authority acted within the law and could not be held liable for the action of the foreign terrorist. The government maintained that any compensation claims should be directed towards the perpetrators who had been prosecuted abroad. Dissatisfied with the ruling, the victims' lawyers say their pursuit of justice continue in the Court of Appeal.
We are disappointed by that decision of the court, and in a few days we will be moving to the Court of Appeal because we feel that we provided sufficient evidence that the court would have relied on.
Justice Mugambi has relied just only on the respondents' replies, but he didn't have time to look into the files, what we filed.
Victims of the 1998 U.S. Embassy bombing have lost their bid for compensation. The High Court ruled that the case lacked merit, but its survivors say it's not just that U.S. staff were paid, but Kenyan victims were left out. Reporting from Milimani Lokot, Letuaa Debra.